What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, today marks the day of the highly anticipated rematch between undefeated Olympic gold medalist, former undisputed cruiserweight world champion, turned heavyweight unified world champion, Ukrainian superstar boxer, Oleksandr Usyk. Oleksandr Usyk is 19 wins, no losses, no draw, 13 wins by way of knockout, 35 years of age, 6'3" with a 78-inch arm reach. He will defend his titles for dare I say, the second time, okay? He's going to defend his titles because he was the undisputed champion. He never lost. So he's going to defend his titles against two-time unified heavyweight world champion, British superstar boxer Anthony Joshua, who is 24 wins, 2 losses, no draw, 22 big wins by way of knockout. Anthony Joshua is 32 years of age, 6'6", with an 82-inch arm reach, okay? With that said, this is a highly anticipated rematch of the first fight that took place September of 2021 of last year, in which Oleksandr Usyk, he got a unanimous decision victory over Anthony Joshua. Now, this is not the first time Anthony Joshua has been in this position, okay? Anthony Joshua, again, like I stated, Anthony Joshua had lost his titles June of 2019 against former unified heavyweight world champion, Mexican superstar boxer Andy Ruiz, in Anthony Joshua's pro debut as a professional at Madison Square Garden, okay? That was back in, like I said, June of 2019. But then in December of 2019, Anthony Joshua, he came back. He defeated Andy Ruiz Jr. and regained his titles. Today marks the day of a different challenge for Anthony Joshua. Oleksandr Usyk is not Andy Ruiz Jr. Oleksandr Usyk is disciplined. He's not going to come into the fight like Andy Ruiz did at nearly 300 pounds. Andy Ruiz came in the rematch at nearly 300 pounds against Anthony Joshua. And I said back then, Andy Ruiz was the underdog, okay? He didn't see Andy Ruiz coming. The whole boxing world didn't see Andy Ruiz coming, okay? The element of surprise was taken away after the first fight. Everybody expected Andy Ruiz and understood the skill set and the talent of Andy Ruiz and what he could do. And so did Anthony Joshua. So the element of surprise was removed from that. And Andy Ruiz, the most important fight of his career, was the rematch to prove that he belonged and it wasn't a fluke. And yet Andy Ruiz, he didn't take it serious, okay? Andy Ruiz chose to, come in the fight severely overweight, was reportedly going to training camp 2 and 3 times a week, just simply was not prepared for Anthony Joshua in the rematch. And the fact that Anthony Joshua was able to utilize the ring, utilize mobility, box on the back foot, and use lateral movement in the rematch, not to engage with Andy Ruiz, who had faster hands, put combinations together beautiful, have better timing than Anthony Joshua, and is more accurate with his punches. So the fact that he came in severely overweight, couldn't keep up, and Anthony Joshua, showed him a whole different facet to his game by moving around the ring, that was all she wrote. Andy Ruiz was, a fish out of water. That's not going to be the case with Oleksandr Usyk. Oleksandr Usyk is a southpaw. He's very tricky, very high ring IQ, very fast hands, very good timing, very accurate with his punches, and has ultimately great foot placement, okay? Very good educated feet, and the mobility, his foot mobility is the problem for Anthony Joshua. Now, I know a lot of people are saying that, Anthony Joshua should just maul him, use his size. He's 6'6" with an 82-inch arm reach. Usyk is 6'3" with a 78-inch arm reach. So Joshua has a 4-inch arm reach advantage, okay, and he has a 3-inch height advantage over Oleksandr Usyk. And in this fight, Joshua came in 244 pounds. Usyk came in at 221 pounds. So Anthony Joshua is 22 pounds, 23 pounds heavier than Oleksandr Usyk. So he's extremely bigger than Oleksandr Usyk. Many people thought that Oleksandr Usyk was bulking up, and there was pictures that surfaced of Oleksandr Usyk looking very big and very muscular, like he was looking to bulk up to be able to, pressure Anthony Joshua, withstand, he had to grow into the heavyweight division, withstand, the power and the size of Anthony Joshua. But Usyk came in 1 pound different than he did the last fight. The last fight he came in at 220 pounds. This fight he came in at 221 pounds. So he didn't gain much mass, okay? Now, initially, I thought about this fight, and I said that maybe the distraction that Oleksandr Usyk was dealing with the unfortunate situation with Ukraine and Russia, where Oleksandr Usyk, he had to, go to his country and make sure his family is safe. His head was in a completely different mindset, unthinkable mindset, and unthinkable place. Okay, so I thought that would be a distraction for Oleksandr Usyk. But it seems like the distraction and the uncertainty is on the part of Anthony Joshua. So I initially thought that Anthony Joshua would win the fight. I didn't think he did bad in the first fight. I thought it was closer than most people had it. I had the first fight, first 3 rounds, 1 through 3 to Oleksandr Usyk. I gave 4, 5, and 6 to Anthony Joshua. Then it was a seesaw fight for me. I gave 7 to Usyk. I gave 8 to Joshua. I gave 9 to Usyk. I gave 10 to Joshua. But then in the 10th and 11th round, in the 12th, 11th and 12th round, the money rounds, the championship rounds, Oleksandr Usyk separated himself. And he may have stumbled upon something because he won those rounds handedly. And in the 12th round, the fatigue of Anthony Joshua started to wear on Anthony Joshua, and Oleksandr Usyk started to tee off on him, had Anthony Joshua on the ropes, and seemingly looked like he could have stopped him if there was more time. They even stopped the fight too early, prematurely. The bell rung, and there was still about 10 seconds left in the round or something of that magnitude. And Joshua was taking a lot of punishment and leaning on the ropes. Looked like the referee was on the verge of jumping in and waving the fight off, okay? And so at that point, I think like Oleksandr Usyk has stumbled upon something. He may have realized something, but the key to this is that Oleksandr Usyk has to understand that Anthony Joshua in the 12th round just wasn't taking a punishment, but he was also fatigued of the chess match, the mental chess match, not just the physical chess match, but the mental chess match of trying to understand exactly what Oleksandr Usyk was doing and what he was bringing to the table and the angles he was using and the foot placement, right? And so that mentally exhausted Anthony Joshua as well as physically. So by the time the 12th round came around, he was able to have his way and have that success that he had. In this situation, if you're Oleksandr Usyk, you cannot, and I repeat, you cannot just come out and look to land a bomb and knock out Anthony Joshua in the beginning, because Anthony Joshua, when he's fresh in the first 6 rounds, is a very dangerous fighter, has a lot of power. He's fundamentally sound. He does have skill set. He's not the most athletically gifted guy, okay? He's pretty lumber. And so that's the problem with Anthony Joshua when it comes to Anthony Joshua beating Oleksandr Usyk, is that Anthony Joshua is not physically, athletically gifted. He's pretty lumber in the ring. And because of that, I believe today, Oleksandr Usyk is going to stop Anthony Joshua in the 8th round. Okay, I think he's going to he understands that he has to put a lot of mental pressure on Anthony Joshua, and I think that he's going to be way more aggressive. If I'm not mistaken, they landed the same amount of jabs in the first fight. We know Anthony Joshua is on record stating that he needs a knockout to win this fight, which leads me to believe that he's not confident that he can outbox Oleksandr Usyk, as many people don't feel that way. And he hired a new trainer. He's not with Dominic Ingle anymore. He's now with, Robert Garcia, okay, former world champion, well-renowned trainer, former trainer of the year. He's with Robert Garcia now. And now that he's with Robert Garcia's style is to be aggressive, to be fundamentally disciplined, but also to be aggressive. And I'm sure Anthony Joshua is going to be aggressive. And I think that Oleksandr Usyk can use those two things against him. Use the fact that he knows that he's a better athlete, could put some mental pressure on him using his angles, okay? And use the fact that Anthony Joshua mentally feels like he needs a knockout, and the teachings of Robert Garcia is going to be a pressure fighter. So that's going to zap energy out of Anthony Joshua. And Anthony Joshua actually came in heavier in this fight than he did in the first fight. So I think that he can use those things against Anthony Joshua. I think that he can use his combinations. And I think that ultimately he can knock out Anthony Joshua. And I think he will stop Anthony Joshua in the 8th round. I think the moment, the pressure, and the mental fatigue that Oleksandr Usyk puts on you, the mental pressure of having, to look to regain your titles and understand this is a make or break situation. Anthony Joshua loses 2 times in a row. The aura of surrounds him, and the being at the top of the heavyweight division is going to significantly drop. And I think Anthony Joshua is aware of that. And that pressure is going to put mental pressure on him, physical pressure on him, and the skill set of Oleksandr Usyk being a southpaw. Something else Anthony Joshua stated: if Oleksandr Usyk wasn't a southpaw, I would have dominated him. These are mental issues that you can't overcome. You're not a better athlete. He's always going to be a southpaw. He's always going to have quicker hands. These are things you just can't overcome. So I feel like Anthony Joshua feel like his only way to win is to knock Usyk out and pressure him. And I think that he's going to use that against Anthony Joshua. And Usyk is going to stop Anthony Joshua in the 8th or 9th round. And that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.